with that great Minute Maid taste. So if you're counting calories, drink Minute Maid Premium Light and go lower now.
Eyes match your PJs. There's a Visine for that. Eyes dried out? There's a Visine for that. Contacts making you uncomfortable? There's a Visine for that. For over 40 years, Visine has been the eye expert. So no matter what your eye irritation, red, dry contacts, or even itch, there's a Visine for that.
Don't miss CSI, TV's most watched drama, Thursdays on CBS. It's all here.
New at 11 on CBS 4 News. An amazing rescue. How searchers saved a man lost at sea overnight. Round 3 of Bush versus Kerry. We've got complete team coverage. Plus, caught on tape. Why take the money when you can take the whole ATM? All new at 11 on CBS 4 News. Can you believe it? Wireless high-speed internet access from almost anywhere you are.
You're not tied to your desk or any one location.
Check out the tiny little card promising to revolutionize how you surf the net. Can you believe it? Week continues tonight at 11 on CBS 4 News.
George Bush's budget deficit will leave our children with debt for decades to come. The president's tax and economic plans have given us the largest budget deficit in American history. In just 3 years, America has gone from a surplus to a $2.7 trillion deficit. And it's our children and grandchildren who will have to pay the bills. America and our children can't afford 4 more years. The Democratic National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
The hurricanes hit. You need new furniture. You need it now. And Rooms to Go can help. From our warehouses all across the country, we're diverting extra furniture to Florida where we need it most. Delivering 7 days a week for your convenience. Making it easy with 2 great finance plans. Free interest until January 2008 or first payment September 2006. Just pick your plan. There's no penalties, no interest. Get the help you need when you need it. Now at Rooms to Go.
As the race for Miami-Dade mayor heats up, CBS 4 and the Miami Herald host a head-to-head debate. Meet the candidates and see where they stand on issues important to you. The Miami-Dade Mayor Debate, Friday at 9 a.m. on CBS 4. Campaign 2004, live continuing coverage on CBS 4 News.
CBS News coverage of this presidential debate continues. Here again is Dan Rather.
Back now with CBS News coverage of the final presidential face-off, reminding you again that we're tabulating the returns from our quick poll tonight among uncommitted voters. We'll pass that along to you shortly. Joining us now from Portland, Oregon is the other half of the Carrie Edwards ticket, the Democratic Vice Presidential nominee, Senator John Edwards of North Carolina. Senator, thanks for being with us. Our latest CBS News poll, Senator, indicates that Senator John Kerry, having led among women voters for quite some time during the summer, is now in a tie with President Bush among women voters. 2 questions. First, how did this happen? And 2, does John Kerry have any chance of winning if that situation holds?
Well, I don't think it will hold, Dan, because what John did tonight very clearly is he showed a clear command of what's happening in the real world. The healthcare crisis, for example, that America faces, talked about issues that affect women every single day in their lives, keeping them safe, making sure we help them with child care, making sure we do something about the healthcare crisis. For example, John talked about allowing prescription drugs safely into this country from Canada, bringing down the cost of prescription drugs by allowing bulk purchases. I mean, these are the kind of things that President Bush has had 4 years to do something about, and he's only made it worse. And you also heard John, by the way, talk about pay equity. Both of us believe strongly that women should be paid the same way men are paid for doing the same kind of work, and I didn't hear any response from President Bush on any of those.
When they talked about Social Security, Senator, it seemed to some, including myself, watching it, there was some confusion about where each man stands. Now, Senator Kerry said that he doesn't want to change Social Security. President Bush came back with the argument, which was basically, well, if you don't change it, you're going to break it. Can you give us any additional clarity on the differences between the 2 men and why those differences exist?
Yeah, the fundamental difference is George Bush wants to privatize Social Security. John Kerry does not. And that is an important issue because George Bush, when he came into office, promised to put $2 trillion of the surplus aside to help strengthen Social Security. He didn't do that. that's privatized, which is what he's proposing to do, as John Kerry pointed out tonight, will also cost a couple of $1 trillion. Now, how in the world is he going to pay for that? Because what's happening now is the present people who are paying into the system are paying today's benefits. So if it costs $2 trillion to make this transition, where in the world is that money supposed to come from? And so what John was saying, and he's dead right about this, is we need to go back to what we were doing in the 90s and have fiscal responsibility, build up a surplus, strengthen our federal budget. And by doing that, we strengthen Social Security. For example, the tax cut for the top 1% that George Bush gave the American people would take care of Social Security through the year 2075. I mean, that's just a difference in priorities, Dan. We believe we got to have fiscal responsibility to strengthen Social Security. George Bush, the best I can tell, has no plan other than privatizing and has no way to pay for that.
Senator John Edwards, the bottom half of the Kerry-Edwards ticket, thanks for being with us. Now, coming up next, you will hear from a supporter of President Bush, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. So stick in here with us.
What do you love about Ziploc Easy Zipper?
I just love this zip thing.
It's so easy. Zip it.
I love the sound it makes.
Ziploc Easy Zipper bags.
My kids think it's really cool how easy it is for them to use it. They have trouble closing, the pinching ones.
I think it makes life a lot easier.
The sound, I feel secure.
You can hear that it's closed.
You know it's locked.
No salt coming out, keeps it really nice and fresh. That's what I love about the Ziploc Easy Zipper. Zip